I made a video on how Nzogu died from West Africa, a Nigerian. A lot of people talked about it in the comment section, and I'm so excited that that topic led to so many educative sessions in the comment section. And guess what happened? A Nigerian asked me this question. He said, "Tank Crier, why did they release Nzogu? Only for them to ambush him. Why? What did he do? Why did they release him? Only for them to ambush him?" I'm going to calm down and explain so that you all can understand vividly. Pay attention, okay? You will understand when I explain. I'm also excited that after I made a call and said other people should request that Tank Crier should make a video concerning their respective homes. And so many people asked me to talk about their homes, which I'm going to talk about. Someone asked me to talk about Jamaica. I made the research about that person. I found that he's not even from Jamaica. He's a Nigerian. And I'm so excited that people from other parts of Africa want to know what is happening in other parts of Africa. And even outside Africa, we will have link with our brothers in the Caribbean. That shows how beautiful we are getting. So I talked about Jamaica, the Jamaican Maroons, on how they fought and resisted the British using guerrilla warfare. And that reminded me of the Kumeko warfare in West Africa, how they're using guerrilla warfare too. Even in the Haiti, how they use guerrilla warfare. It means that this guerrilla warfare is something that is very synonymous with us whenever we find ourselves where we are outnumbered. We use our strategy, disappear as shadows, and achieve what we want to achieve. So let me answer this question, okay? Tank Crier, why did they release Nzogu only for them to ambush him? Pay attention. You see, it is not those that released Nzogu that ambushed him. Nzogu was released by the Biafran government, Ojukwu, and not the Nigerian government. Pay attention. You see, Nzogu was one of the major coup plotters of January 15th, 1966 military coup d'etat. All right? They were moved from Lagos Crier prison to other regions because the tension was high. Okay? The tension was high, so they were moved. So Nzogu happened to be one of those who were moved to the southeastern region, to the prison in the southeastern region. So when the war started, automatically he became a prisoner under the jurisdiction of Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu. So Ojukwu released him. Do you understand? So it's not those that released him that ambushed him. Now listen to what happened, okay? The people who ambushed him was the Nigerian army, the 21st Division, that was commanded by Iwinu Wishishi and Abubakar Gola. I told you that the eyewitness was Olumendab, a former driver to Damkat Bali. I also told you that the person who identified the body of Nzogu was Abdullahi Shenlang, and the person who informed Yakubu Gowon was Mohammed Showa, the commander of the 1st Division of the Nigerian Army. Do you understand? Before his body was flew to Kaduna to give a respected burial. That's what I told you. So remember, it is not those that released him that ambushed him. The Biafran government released him. Okay? The people that ambushed him was the Nigerian Army. Okay? In where? In Soka area. He was traveling using the Biafran Red Devil. Okay? The Biafran Red Devil was an armored tank converted by the Biafran indigenous engineers from a Ford vehicle. Do you understand? I've seen this comment section. I see so many people saying that Nzogu was actually flying a jet or something like that, and then saw some Biafran soldiers and came down to greet them, and then he was ambushed and he blew himself. Those are beer parlor talk. Those are beer parlor talk. There's no verification. In this part of Akebra, we'll call it Jaja Bulubulu. Jaja Bulubulu. Beer parlor talk without verification. But I understand that rumors always spread. Okay? That's why when I give you history, I tell you according to, I give you facts and figures. But that's by the way, we are all learning. Okay? We are all learning, and Tank Crier is here to teach you. Also, somebody said, Tank Crier, why is it that they release people like Victor Banjo, people like Humphrey Chukwuka, people like Timothy Onwatuegu, people like Emmanuel Ifejuna, people like Chukwumaka Nzogu? Why didn't they release people like Donatus Okafor and Adewale Ademoyega? Why? You need to understand something. People like Donatus Okafor was not imprisoned. People like Donatus Okafor did not make it out of the counter coup d'etat, July 29th, 1967. You know, during the counter coup d'etat, the soldiers who carried the counter coup d'etat met with Donatus Okafor. They wanted to unalive him. He was not afraid of death. He said it will only take a bullet. So what did they do? They made sure they did not shoot him. They opened the ground and buried him alive. That was how Donatus Okafor ended. And before you say, Tank Crier, you are not from Nigeria. How did you know these things? Well, I was there. And if telling you that I was there is not enough to convince you, let me tell you someone who you believe was there that will convince you. Arizenda Madebo, he was there. Okay, go and read this book, The Nigerian Revolution and the Biafra Civil War. You will see it there. Donatus Okafor was not arrested. He was actually buried alive. Okay, that is gone. Then what of Adewale Ademoyega? You know, some people came to me on WhatsApp and say, "Thank Crier, are they not biased? Why did they release other people and they did not release people like Adewale Ademoyega?" You need to understand that even Colonel Victor Banjo is not from the southeastern region. Do you understand? It's not. It's from the western region. Okay, and it was not people like the Nigerian government, like Gowon, that imprisoned Victor Banjo. Okay, no, he was imprisoned there because of assassination attempt that he had on Agi Ironsi. Do you understand? So that's by the way. But let's talk about Adewale Ademoyega. Adewale Ademoyega was not under the jurisdiction of Chukwu Emeka Odumegu Ojukwu in the southeastern region. He was actually in Warri prison, and Warri happens to be in the midwestern region under the jurisdiction of who? David Ejo, the military governor of the midwestern region. I don't want this video to be lengthy, but I want you to know that it was later on the Biafran soldiers that later released Adewale Ademoyega. Okay, and he also served in the Biafran army. But I'm going to make that in the morning. I'm going to make the video in the morning. I don't want this video to be lengthy. Okay, I've actually answered the question of this my friend and brother from Nigeria who said, "Thank Crier, why did they release him and why did they ambush him?" It is not those that released him that ambushed him. Do you understand? And for the story of Donatus Okafor, he was actually buried alive. He didn't make it to the prison. Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, I'm going to post how Adewale Ademoyega was released. Okay? You'll get to understand it. And I'm getting a lot of messages about the Nigerian Biafra Civil War. And I'm thinking maybe I should make series for you. Okay? If you want me to make series for you, comment and Crier. Make series for us on the Nigerian Biafra Civil War. So we are going to decide a day where I'll be teaching it for you. Okay? Everything that happened in the war from 1967 to 1970. Every details, every gunshot that was released. Unbiased, uncompromised narration of the war. But that's not to open old wounds, but that is to show you the future. Akebulan, I love you and I care about you. Remember, I am taking books to schools to teach African children early what you learned late. Be part of it. Write your name, not in the sands of time, but in the hearts of men. The link is in my bio. If you want to support us financially, it is there so we can buy more books and give these children. I love you. Akebulan, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom. Now water. Wisdom is the principal thing. Aha.